Face to the screen again, fellow slaves. Here we are. I'm just going to do a brief tool review video. It was inspired by Grump. He's a YouTuber also that analyzes pop culture and analyzes people's body language and the way they talk and the way they say things. And he's really astute, a very smart guy. And like sometimes he doesn't give himself enough credit. But anyway, hey, check him out, Grump. I know I'm saying too much already, but I'm going to keep going anyway. So, what I want to talk about today was the kind of plastics that they use in tools. I never really set out to be a Makita guy in the first place, but I had bought this set, the impact driver and the hammer drill, and it came with two of the small 2-amp batteries, but that is a 6 or 7 year old battery. Like, these things, I can't complain. They still work pretty well. And it's also, they're made out of PC plastic, which is, like, this is PC also, it's stamped right there, PC. And then down here, this is stamped PCGF15, so that means it's glass filled. 15% of this by volume is fiberglass. And I think it's a weight saving measure because I think 30% glass filled by volume is usually about 4% of the weight, so you're really making a huge savings on the weight by filling it with some glass. And it also is strong, so it works. Can't really fault them for that. Let's see here. I know I have something here that, yeah, the Sawzall GF30, so that's 30% glass filled, and PA6 is a good heat resistant plastic. That's why, because I mean, this motor gets hot as hell. So especially it's not brushless, it still has brushes. This kind of motor gets hot, so they have to use a heat resistant plastic. So now there's PA66 also, like you see that in car radiators and stuff that's really going to get hot, you know. So PA66, polyamide 6 is already pretty good. PA66 is even better. But like I said, this is the GF30, so I believe that's 4% of the weight, but 30% of the volume is glass. So it must be a weight saving measure as far as I can tell. Anyway, I don't want to keep going on about that too much. And look at the magnesium on this table. It's pretty nice. You know, we already talked about this saw in other videos. I showed you how I had to make these marks because the ones that came from the factory weren't good enough, and they failed. Like, they have all these marks here, like that's 0 inches and 1 inch from the blade this way, but no marks. I had to make that series of marks there. Kind of just, why'd they drop the ball there? Why not just put the marks there? They should have done it themselves. But then again, with the way these turned out over here, that I had to regrind myself anyway because they were wrong, I could go on about that. Like, I mean, so those are a couple little stupid gripes about the saw. I don't want to go on too much because I've already made videos about it, and I do want to point out that I made this thing. I think it's kind of cool. Nice little handle for the guard. But let's get back on point here. So, like I said, you got the PA6 GF30 there. This is TPE. A lot of times you'll have tools that are made of butylene, like a butyl plastic, and or a butyl rubber, and that stuff like starts stinking like vomit or like smelly feet. I guess it's the same acid. It turns into a butyric acid, and I guess that's what smells. I heard that from another YouTuber called Ave. He's pretty cool. AVE, his channel is, you know, crazy Canadian. So what else do I have here? Okay, so this is actually the original impact that came with this kit, and I changed the trigger, but I think that actually it wasn't really the trigger's fault. I took it apart recently and put it back together. Now it works just fine. I think it was just maybe some dirty contacts inside, but since then I replaced it with this one. This is a couple years old now. But hey, look, man, they're fine. And I got this double battery charger. This is, what kind of plastic? I think it sits right on the front. I know it says it on here somewhere. I don't think it's ABS. I think it is a fairly decent plastic. I don't think it's PC. Let's see, what's this one? Oh yeah, PC right there. So this one is PC, the small one, the single battery charger. So I imagine this one's probably PC also, because the chargers do get kind of thrown around and kicked around on the job. This grinder works pretty well. It does go through the batteries. You know, you can't really use it very long without having the battery swapped out. And what else? I know I have more stuff. Oh yeah. And then there's like we call it a zipper. I like calling it a zipper anyway. Oscillating multi-tool. Let's see, what kind of plastic is this? Like I said, this is what I like about Makita though, is that they will just have it stamped on the outside. Oh yeah, it's PA6. It's not going to come up very well on the phone here, but we got a PA6 GF30. Because I mean, these things get tossed around a little bit too. I mean, these things it's a job site, man. You know, I mean, I don't like to throw my tools around, but stuff's going to get banged around. So, I mean, that's about all I have to really say about these tools. It's just that I've actually, see, the thing about this being a good tool review is that I think actually having the tools for a few years and then doing a review, I can't just like, I don't want to take one of these brand new out of the box and be like, oh yeah, it kicks ass, you know, look at it go. Well, speaking of, let's put a battery in it. It's got about the same power as a corded one. I mean, I like this thing. You know, and it also, like, when you let off the trigger, it stops. So like corded ones have a tendency, like if the drill bit gets stuck in whatever you're drilling into, and like it just spins the whole drill and almost breaks your arm. Like I've been injured actually by them before, and you got to really be careful with them. At least this one has a brake. Like when I let off that trigger, it stops itself, which I didn't think I was gonna be that big of a fan of it, but I'll tell you, I actually like that. You know, it's a safety feature. I'm sure a lot of other brands have it too. I'm not saying it's exclusive to Makita or anything, but well, like even look at this saw here. Let's just pull the trigger real fast. It stops, you know, stops itself pretty quick with the electric brake. Now I'm sure that uses a little bit of the battery juice, you know, but I've already made a video about that, and sorry about the noise there. Anyway, just keep an eye on your recycling stamps, and you'll see what kind of plastic your stuff's made out of and whether it's good or not. So, at least Makita puts it right on the outside of the tool. Anyway, don't forget to face to the screen, like, share, subscribe, go check Grump out, he's pretty cool. And that's it. See you next time.